Long for Diego Costa, going to get there and finish. Schweinsteiger, and he scores a third for Atletico Madrid. With maybe the final kick of this 2019 MLS All-Star game.
Diego Costa putting the finishing touches on a 3-0 victory for Atletico Madrid against the MLS All-Stars in the 2019 MLS All-Star game, presented by Target. Welcome to the MLS Digital HQ, presented by Wells Fargo. I'm Andrew Wiebe with my what, Charlie?
My partners in soccer.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Bobby Warshaw and Matt Doyle here with me as well. Let's get straight to the highlights from the match tonight that you just finished watching here in Orlando. Fireworks going off. We did have a delay. Lightning in the area at Exploria Stadium got this one started a little bit late, and the All-Stars got started a little bit late as well. They did not get off to a great start, and in the end, Atleti just had too much quality in this match.
You know, it's a one-off with a trophy on the line, so you expected it to come out a little bit cagey. Maybe both teams feeling the nerves a little bit.
It was a Diego Simeone game. It was slow. It was about little jabs, and when Diego Simeone gets to impose his type of style, he usually has the advantage.
Not a first team for Atletico, but you would see the stars come on, and they certainly would make a difference. Marcus Llorente is the goal scorer and the MVP in this game. Just made the transfer to Atletico from Real Madrid, where he wasn't getting much playing time. Nice little flick behind, Charlie. Good finish.
I might add, look at how the players celebrated when the ball hit the back of the net. This game meant something to these players on the field right now. They're trying to prove that they have what it takes to help this team win La Liga this year. And this is a team with a lot of depth. You saw them come on and take these MLS All-Stars from the get-go. I thought they had the better of the play in the first half.
Mark-Anthony, nice chance here. Just couldn't quite get it by. By the way, Diego Simeone, I was there for the first half. He was yelling, gesticulating at his players. He did not take this one lightly. He was certainly not relaxed. Here comes Diego Costa, the Stars, coming into this match, and here come the chances. That was acrobatic. It would not be on net, but then there would be some late goals coming. Let's just put it that way. Not before Nick Rimando had a nice save, though.
For a goal scorer, Diego Costa sure does make the overhead kick look painful, doesn't it?
The landing did not stick the landing, you might say, on that one.
He's not one of the top guys in the world when it comes to bicycle kicks.
Gotcha.
But Joao Felix, this player has everything to be one of the top players in the world in the coming years. You would expect someone with these type of expectations, the next Cristiano Ronaldo, to crumble in the spotlight, to have nerves. He looks so calm and collected and cool.
Did even get an English interview after the game with Katie Witham. Crushed that as well. 3-0, Diego Costa. We'll get to Joao Felix in just a second. I think he probably should have been the MVP, but in the end, voting done early, and Marcus Llorente gets that honors. Here are the stats for you. 19 shots for Atletico Madrid, 8 on target, 10-2 for the MLS All-Stars. A lot of possession, just didn't equate that into opportunities, and it makes sense. Bobby, you're against Diego Simeone and his banks of 4, and you had never played before together.
How many times have we seen this from Atletico Madrid? Little defensive, they don't have much of the ball, but they end up getting more shots, they end up scoring goals. You hate to say it in an All-Star game, but it was a classic Diego Simeone defensive performance.
I mean, Stu Holden even said it midway through the second half on the broadcast, like with Atletico up 1-0. They're just sitting there 30 yards from their goal and banks of 4 in an All-Star game, and he's like, welcome to the Diego Simeone show.
Yeah,
MLS All-Stars.
Not exactly going for entertainment, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it depends on what entertains you.
Yeah.
How about that?
Like I do like seeing teams that are well coached and that are bought in. Like Charlie said, you could see after that goal, like it did mean something to those guys. But it's not the free-flowing All-Star style that I think a lot of us have looked forward to in the past.
Wasn't what you might call an open game. Let's get a player's perspective on this one. Jillian Sakovitz caught up with Mark-Anthony Kaye after this match in our AT&T call to the field.
Mark-Anthony, your first MLS All-Star game. Not the result you guys wanted, but how was the experience?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, playing with a good group of guys against a quality side. So, you know, not many get to experience this, so I was happy I was a part of it.
I saw you pre-game hanging out with Bastian Schweinsteiger, Wayne Rooney. I know you're a big Manchester United fan. What was that like for you?
It was cool, man. They're very normal guys, and you don't realize that until you get to know them. So it was awesome, and I'm just happy I was here.
Congrats. Have fun.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris Rondolowski, you've done this more than almost anyone else out here. What was the feeling today with this All-Star group?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It's a good group. I thought we played well at times, but Let's Go showed why they're who they are.
Who's your pick for man of the match from the All-Stars?
Oh, from the All-Stars. It's a good one. I don't know. There's a few of them. I would go. I thought Wayne Rooney did a great job. Diego Chara, I thought covered so much ground, so underrated. But I also really liked Ladero. I thought he was just buzzing around everywhere.
And when you look towards forward for the weekend for San Jose going forward, what's the thought?
Keep staying on the same track right now. I think that we're starting to pick up some confidence, and hopefully we can get 3 points against Columbus.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I do just want to say quickly about Mark-Anthony Kaye. He played left back in the second half. When it comes to Canada and their national team, that might be his best spot. I know a lot of fans don't want to see him there, but I thought he looked good playing that left back spot.
He did, but he's a central midfielder.
That's fair, but for Canada and the player pool they have, it is relevant.
By the way, we did catch up on Extra Time, driven by Continental with Mark-Anthony Kaye this week on Monday, so go download the podcast, subscribe if you haven't already. We've got interviews with Graham Zusi, Chris Wondolowski, and I believe Walker Zimmerman coming up. We're recording right after this show. We're going to go to the break of dawn, analyzing this game in All-Star Week. The atmosphere, though, I was there. You guys were here at the Ace Cafe, watching on television, waiting patiently.
I could still hear it.
You could hear it, yeah. It was incredible. I got there for the first half, sat down, and you have the rain delay, and it's been you had about an hour to sit around and hang out. And by sit around and hang out, I mean pack the concourses and drink beer, which is what they were doing, obviously. But everybody was into it. Everybody was locked in. And ultimately, that's what you want from these festivities. It needs to feel like something bigger. It needs to feel like something cared about to people to care about. And we saw that both on the field and in the stands, I think, Charlie.
Yeah, we were having fun here. I mean, I could feel the vibrations of all those people walking over there. It must have been packed. You must have had a grand old time.
I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you all about
do.
it later. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it was really fun. The pregame celebration, all the fireworks, that I think set the tone. And then the game, though at times it wasn't as free-flowing as we've said about it. It was an entertaining game in the end. 3 goals for Atletico Madrid.
And they had fun. The people in the stadium had fun.
So did the players, it seemed like, as well. Let's talk about Joao Felix, because I think despite the fact that he didn't win MVP, and that ultimately comes down to when they vote for these things, you do it in the 70th minute. I've done it a million times before. You kind of know what's happening here. When there's a 90+3 goal, that's not going to get taken into account.
Tweet at us for the MVP of this panel so far.
Yes.
Matt Doyle 76.
Yeah, let us know who you think on that one. An assist, a beautiful goal that we'll show you here in just a second. But Joao Felix, more than $100 million transfer fee for Atletico Madrid. They really dropped
$40.
$40?
It looks like a bargain.
It does.
It looks like a bargain. He showed poise. He showed confidence. On the ball, he was strong. You couldn't knock him off the ball. When you see a shot like that, that's the Cristiano Ronaldo comparison that everyone's talking about. He has the ability to make the ball knuckle and swerve, and he's not afraid to shoot. He realizes he has that ability to pull up and just drop one like that. And keepers can't stop it.
There's some black magic on that shot right there. Like that is cutting away from Nick Rimando right there, and this ball over the top as well.
It's perfect.
He looks great, and it's exciting for me because I'm a fan of MLS and I'm a fan of Liga MX, and the other league I watch a ton of is La Liga, and I like it when Atletico is right there with Barcelona and right there with Real Madrid. And by the way, it looks like they might be well ahead of Real Madrid this year based upon what they did to him last week. So watching this kid hopefully blossom for this team, I had a good time. And hopefully many more to come.
That shot had movement of the highest order.
Oh, whoa, Stu Holden, slow down, buddy. Filth of the highest order, movement of the highest order, banter of the highest order, everything's of the highest order. It's entertaining, though. When you see that ball hit, you see it kind of frozen in front of Nick Rimando. It's not rotating at all. You have no idea which way it's going to go. He just had to sit there and wait and guess, and by the time he reacted, it was already by him.
And just for the kids out there watching, wondering how that happens, if you take the top of your foot and you look at the laces, that bone to the inside part of your foot, that's where you meet it. You hit it straight on the bone. That's what creates the knuckle, and I hope there are plenty of kids out there watching this moment who are going to go out in the backyard tomorrow and try and hit with the same surface and create that same motion with
bone
the ball.
on ball. That's what we're looking for. Let's take a look at this again. Charlie, you got this in the repertoire?
Yeah, but it wasn't until the end of my career. I wish I learned how to shoot like this early on. And once you hit that sweet spot and you see it knuckle, it's sweet. Me and Teal Bunbury would warm up before games and just knuckle balls at each other to see how on point your touch was.
Not Joao Felix, but you know what? I'm sure you guys did a good job as well. Nick Rimando had to throw his hands up after that one. This is his final season in Major League Soccer, an absolute legend. As just game after game after game, season after season after season, to get this opportunity is a celebration of his career. What do we think of let's forget the game, because that's not really part of his legacy, but the opportunity to celebrate one final time with his teammates, with the fans there who were all yelling for him, by the way. We passed out scarves at halftime for Continental, and all those kids were saying, can you get Nick Rimando to come over and take a picture with us? I was like, man, I don't have that much pull, buddy, but I wish I could.
I mean, he is a legend. He's in a lot of ways, he is the legend. His career started in MLS in 1999. He goes back to a different century, and he's been the best keeper in the league in terms of his career. And he was the best at his peak. He was the best keeper in the league for about 5 straight years, and nobody else has been able to say that yet. Nick Rimando is like, he deserved this.
Make him goalkeeper of the
Yeah, and David Goss is standing off stage yelling, "Make him goalkeeper of the year."
It's almost like you didn't say it directly enough. He has had the best career in Major League Soccer history. You could argue that other people have.
Oh, no.
I don't think Landon.
We're talking about goalkeepers.
Oh, goalkeepers. Yes.
Nick Rimando and then Kevin Hartman. He has had the best career for a goalkeeper in MLS history.
For sure. And if you look at a lot of his stats, wins, shutouts, appearances, minutes, I don't think anybody's going to catch him for a while. Like Bill Hamid has kind of an outside chance with a bunch of them, but he's 41, 42.
Yeah.
My age out there playing with the young bucks. It's good to see.
We crunched the numbers earlier this year when he passed and became the all-time leader in some of those categories. Nobody's even close. Nobody is even close. Let's go back out to Exploria Stadium now to Jillian Sakovits. Another AT&T call to the field with Nick Rimando.
All right, Nick, you have your family here.
Yeah.
How was your final MLS All-Star game?
Yeah, it was awesome to see the growth of the league. Soccer Pacific Stadium packed like this to get Atletico Madrid to come here. Obviously, they showed their class at the end, but I thought we put a good fight up. Special one for me because it's my last. I'm a little bit emotional, but it's good to be here, especially with my family around.
Absolutely. Now, what made Atletico Madrid such a challenging opponent tonight?
They put away their chances. They're crafty, quick. They made some great runs, but again, we had our chances too. And all in all, it's a fun game to be a part of. The boys will be a little bit upset for a couple of minutes, but I think we'll get past that and enjoy the night.
Thank you so much. Have fun, guys. See you later.
Special moment for Nick Rimando sharing this game, this moment with his family on the field with him in the post game. Congratulations to Nick. The career's not over. RSL still pushing for that playoff spot. A lot more to come for him and Real Salt Lake. He wasn't mic'd up, but Brad Guzan was mic'd up. And that was the wrinkle. He had the skills challenge the day before. That's brand new. We saw the mic up on the field last year. But, again, you have a bigger group of players. 4 guys get the mic, Charlie. What would you think of this year?
I love the fact that Brad Guzan announced to the world that he's having a boy. So congratulations to the Guzan family on having another child. But it's good to hear what they're thinking throughout an All-Star game. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be energetic. I love the banter, the back and forth. Could have used a little bit more, to tell you the truth.
I agree with that. You know what? You know where I first thought that this was going to be the future? It was in the Phil Tiger golf matchup. Remember they got mic'd up on, I think it was Bleacher Report? I said to myself, this is what's coming next. And I don't know if it's going to be soccer. I don't know if it's going to be soon. But this is the future, getting inside the minds of these players. I don't know exactly how they're going to execute it logistically. But this is what people want. They want to hear what players are thinking and saying on the field in real time. They have to figure out the best way to go about it. But I'm with you, Charlie. I liked it, and I could have used more of it.
I say do more in the years to come. The All-Star game, it's pretty risk-free. Get in the locker room, the team talk, give us more access behind the scenes. For a sampling of this mic'd-up experience from FS1 and Fox Sports, here you go.
Walker, how do you balance that, having not played with a lot of these guys consistently and being in this formation to find options when you have the ball? You're asking for it here to get it from Rooney.
Yeah, it's different, We obviously don't play together. They don't know our tendencies, but...
Oh, let's get a tackle.
He's got to defend now. As Angel Correa comes forward, Hedges able to break it up.
Time!
No, the ball's playing quick. Get that on camera, yeah?
You are getting abused down there. What did you do to these people?
Listen, Atlanta's not far away, is it?
Hey, Walker, it seems like you guys are struggling to get some pressure on the ball, probably because you have 9 attacking players out there. How do you deal with that as a center back?
It's not easy. A lot of running so far, but hopefully we'll get the ball and start knocking it around soon.
What's Correa like? He looks tidy and quick on the ball.
Yeah, he is. Very quick.
No, listen, Walk's doing fantastic.
And Goose, you bailed him out a couple of times back there.
What?
You've bailed your team out a couple of times back there.
A little bit.
That's the role of the goalkeeper. Walker's just trying to give me some action,
Yeah.
So, it's all good.
I hear you.
Thank you, guys. We'll check in again
Walk,
a little bit.
why you sound like you're breathing heavy?
You got a special announcement for us, don't you?
All the best, bro.
not sure you can hear us.
Big shout out to my wife.
All right?
Yeah, good.
Welcome, new addition to the family.
Yeah, big shout out to my wife having a baby. Our newest addition.
So are you getting on a plane right now to go back and help out, or what?
No. We'll be here for the full 90, so we're good.
Honestly, those guys made it look easy. Seems like that would be hard. You're basically having a phone conversation in the middle of it's a professional soccer match. It's Atletico Madrid. They finished second in La Liga last year. They have world-class players, and you're basically having a phone conversation at the same time that you're playing in a game. That's honestly incredible.
I could barely do it up here. See, I even flubbed that line. Yeah. No, it was cool. It's like this event is supposed to be fun. That was genuinely fun. Like you guys said, I would like a little bit more, maybe work a little bit blue, but perhaps for future events.
National TV. I wanted to get the Atletico players right into the microphone. Maybe have a nice back and forth conversation. We didn't get it. Maybe next year we will get that. Before we finish up on All-Star and move ahead, because Week 22 is coming and this league just doesn't stop. MLS Cup playoffs are coming soon. The playoff races have started. We're in the middle of them. What's your favorite moment from MLS All-Star Week, Bobby? What's the best thing to happen?
It's got to be the obvious one, right? It's got to be the skills challenge presented by Target. The last kick with the whole competition on the line. Nani steps up, the hometown captain, bang, for the win.
Perfect. Just clean. Smack. No glancing blow here. Directly off the front of it. And then the celebration.
How are you going to top that with your best
It's very
moment?
difficult to top that.
That's top. That's a top moment, but it's not my top moment.
Okay, what's yours?
My top moment is MLS here in the Ace Cafe. My man Bayern West put on a show. This place was packed, and you saw Atletico Madrid players here, Morata and Vitolo, playing FIFA against our MLSers, and it was just the type of atmosphere you want to be in. It was fun, good conversations, good food. For me, doesn't get better.
MLS blowing up right now, no doubt about that. Mine? I'm instant replay TID, right, Bobby? So I'm going with Zlatan and Howard Webb getting together, the head of pro and the man who has, tested pro, let's say, in recent days. The confusion on Zlatan's face. There's also another screenshot of this conversation with his hands on his head saying, what do I have to do here? This was just the best moment. Because at All-Star, everybody's here. Everybody's getting together. This is the only place these moments happen, and this is just so special to me.
I'm pretty sure that was the moment when Howard Webb said, yeah, I think Bobby Warshaw is better on the show, too.
Oh, really? Wow. And that's why Zlatan was saying, what are you talking about, man? You must be insane.
Yeah.
What you got, Doyle?
Obviously hanging with you guys. I mean, Bobby stole mine, right? The Nani moment is what everybody is going to remember from this week. But being with you guys, especially David Goss, you know how everybody says everybody's got a story? I don't actually believe that, right? I think most people are boring. Then you hang out with David Goss, and he will talk to anybody in the world and get their best story out of him. Spend 15 minutes with that man. You get sick of him, but you hear some stuff.
Back into that, I believe. The front of it, where you said you just enjoyed hanging with us, that's a clear lie.
No, it's a lie.
It's an obvious lie. You were blinking the entire time.
It's a lie.
Yeah, it's been a great week here at MLS All-Star Game presented by Target. Look, AT&T Spotlight is how we're going to wrap all of this up, give you a little bit of a taste of all the action that came. What better way than to follow Jimmy Conrad around the activities?
What's up? I'm Jimmy Conrad, and it is MLS All-Star Week here in Orlando, Florida, and I'm with AT&T, taking in all of the awesome events that they're putting on to connect with fans of the beautiful game. First up, Portland Timbers star Diego Chara met up with some local fans at an AT&T store in Orlando. Check this out.
I'm very excited to be here in the AT&T store, share with my fans, and signing autographs and take a picture.
What a guy, that Diego Chara. And next up, yours truly was invited to be a part of an amazing discussion with some incredibly talented women at the Female Portrait Lounge. Watch this.
Really small high school, and I feel like it probably protected me because I was a good athlete, and I'm not going to say I was popular, but being a good athlete was really good at school. Keep going, keep pushing, keep showing that emotional side, because I think that's what it takes, is that openness and working together as a team that will take us to the next level.
was a big honor for me to be involved, so thank you again for the invite. And finally, some of the best names in the game talk about the importance of equality for brands.
Men are as passionate about soccer, about the WNBA, about being able to sell as women.
You know, we really think that to further the conversation around this notion of gender equality, we need to bring an event like this to All-Star and these kind of men-centric events, because we think that's where the masses are going to start taking hold. That's where the conversation is really going to gain some traction, and that's why we make this a mission, not just at MLS All-Star, but we've done this at a several events. We've had a long-standing partnership with MLS. They're great for us, and they believe in kind of what we are and what we stand for as a brand. And our notion around gender equality and See Her in Sports mission, they support that and bring it to All-Stars for years to come.
All right, that is it. That is all I got, and that was awesome. So thank you so much to AT&T for making it happen. And now I'm going to go enjoy the rest of MLS All-Star and maybe go take a few spins on Space Mountain. You know you do it too. Later.
I'm guessing Jimmy's at an after party right now. Actually, I'm not guessing. I think I know that. Here's the Eastern Conference standings. Looking ahead to this weekend, Charlie, that's what it's all about. Playoff races is on in the East.
Oh, it is. New England Revolution versus LAFC Saturday. Huge match for New England. They win this, guess what? They know that they can make the MLS Cup. They can make a run at it. But also, New York City FC, they've only played 20 matches, and they're at 35 points. They look like a strong team and could go on a run. Or Toronto, still strong. Atlanta, they're not happy. Players are frustrated. But they still are second in the East. What happens when they are happy?
TBD. Got to find a way to get them there, Frank DeBoer. 39 points, 32 points. 7 points between 1 and 8 in the conference. Out west, Doyle, it's similarly crowded from 2 to 9, but number 1, LAFC.
Yeah, LAFC's running away with it in the Western Conference, running away with the Supporters' Shield. I mean, we might as well just congratulate them at this point, because there's no way they're losing that. It's just a question of how much they win it by. I think Seattle's fine. I think the Galaxy and San Jose are fine. 5 through 8. It's a toss-up. Portland's going to keep rising, but Minnesota, FC Dallas, RSL, one of those teams is going to get their hearts broken at the end of the season. RSL currently below the line, but they have more home games left than anybody in the West other than Portland, so they could climb. Dallas, Minnesota, a lot of pressure on them.
San Jose pushing up, 37 points, tied with the Galaxy.
I believe in the Quakes.
You better believe in the Quakes right now. Mateus Almeida's got us believing just about anything that he says. The biggest game of the weekend, or one of, there's about 5 of them, fortunately for everybody who loves Major League Soccer, happens on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Atlanta hosting the LA Galaxy. This is a chance for us to see how these players respond to all the comments at All-Star about what's going on with Frank DeBoer. Bobby, what do you make of this matchup?
It is, and it's on Fox. Right?
Big Fox.
Charlie nailed it. For all the drama that this team has been going through this year, they're still 3rd in the East on points per game, 2nd in the overall table. But in terms of drama, it's coming from every angle right now. We hear it here at the All-Star game. Multiple players questioning, doubting the coach's tactics. P.T. Martinez hasn't looked like a South American player of the year. He might have been the player that struggled the most in the All-Star game. So just in terms of general entertainment and juice, this game's got it.
What's the opportunity for the Galaxy, Doyle?
I mean, honestly, it's not a huge one in terms of 6-pointers, because it's a cross-conference game. You just want to keep collecting those points, whether it's a draw on the road, whether they sneak out a win. They want to guarantee that their first playoff game is in Carson. It's at their stadium. They don't want to have to go on the road to start the playoffs. They know eventually they're going to have to go, if they're going to keep winning in the playoffs, they're going to have to go up the street a little bit to downtown LA and face LAFC, but they don't mind that too much. So it's just about securing home field for this team honestly, both clubs have been struggling. Atlanta, I know they're 2nd on total points in the East. They're 5-6-1 in their last 12 games. LA haven't been much better. Both these teams should be playing better than they are.
LA just lost to Portland on the road. By a pretty big margin.
Got trucked.
As well. We'll see if Atlanta can replicate it as well. 5 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. That's on Big Fox, so check that one out. Right afterwards, go to ESPN Plus, because that's Charlie's game of the week. We already know that. Bruce Arena, Bob Bradley, New England, Gillette Stadium playing host to LAFC. Supporters' Shield favorite, just give it to him, says Doyle, LAFC.
Exactly. So all the expectations are for LAFC to win this one. But for New England, they're looking at it as, okay, how good are we really? We are 11 games unbeaten, but you could say they haven't been tested against some of the best teams in the league. Now, this is the best. how good are you? If you beat LAFC, this is the confidence boost that this team needs to know we are that good. We're 11 games unbeaten, but now we can make a run at the playoffs. Now we have a chance to believe that we can win an MLS Cup if things are going well.
Not just we're a good team, we're a great team. How did New England win this game, Bobby? What would they have to do?
I just want to point out, on that 11-game unbeaten streak, they mostly had a soft schedule, right? They were beaten up on Colorado, Vancouver, Cincinnati, Columbus, I believe. This is really their first big challenge, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them stay a little bit more compact than they have. Yep. Matt, you made the point in extra time that Bruce Arena has been known, mostly throughout his national team tenure, that when he's overmatched, and yes, this New England team is good, they're still overmatched. They're still the underdog. Absolutely. Bruce Arena understands how to go into a specific game. Maybe that's too soon to bring that up, but he still has in his career known how to go into a specific game and get a result.
And the last time these two guys met as head coaches, I believe it was in 1998 MLS Cup, when Chicago Fire came into that game as big underdogs against DC United. Bob Bradley was the one who said, okay, we're going to sit back and we're going to hit him on the counterattack. Roles reversed a little bit. It's wild to think that these guys have been such a huge part of American soccer for the past, more than 25, since well before MLS existed. These guys were huge forces in American soccer. The first chance to see them meet head to head, 21 years.
I can't wait.
I
cannot wait.
Bob versus Bruce. The big heads behind us. We'll see it in real life on Saturday.
Where will Jurgen be watching from?
Oh, no.
Why did you go there?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of that right there. By the way, Sunday is a great slate as well. 3 national TV games. It starts at 4 p.m. on ESPN. Minnesota, Portland, 7:30 on FS1. You've got DC and Philly, and 10 p.m. on FS1, Seattle and Sporting Kansas City on Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, some great matchups for you. Let's continue to look ahead to the rest of the season here. Your storylines to watch. Doyle, are you going to go obvious? You going to take the obvious one?
I am, because it is the big. And I think there's a lot of great stuff to focus on around MLS, but what LAFC have done this year and what they seem to be continuing to do, no other team's ever played like this for as long as LAFC have gone out and done this. They're doing. It's not just box scores; it's the underlying numbers, and of course, it's the eye test. It's almost impossible to watch LAFC play soccer and not smile, because they play the beautiful game. They play the beautiful game, and they're getting rewarded for it with the Supporter Shield. And I think they're going to set the all-time points record, the all-time goals record, the all-time goal differential record, right on down the list.
Before I get yours, Bobby, I interviewed a bunch of players here at All-Star, and one of the questions was, who do you like to watch? Literally everyone said LAFC. There was not an answer that was not LAFC. Yeah. What's yours? What's the storyline to watch?
Well, I just want to build off what Matt said, because LAFC has been dominant. LAFC still has a designated player spot open. One of the trends of MLS 2019 has been teams one-upping themselves with the designated player spot. In the offseason, NYCFC bring in Alexandre Matriza. Then Toronto brings in Pozuelo. Then Portland brings in Brian Fernandez. Now we see what what Inter Miami is doing.
Don't forget Gustavo Bo as well.
Gustavo Bo, of course. All of these teams keep on going more expensive, more talented, better resume, more exciting. What's Seattle going to do next? What's LAFC going to do next? Is DC United going to make a big move? It's exciting to see these teams continue to put in more investment to make their teams better and more competitive.
So what do you think? Offer Atleti $150 for Joao Felix? You think that would help LAFC a little bit?
Yeah.
What teams could be active? We saw Orlando City. Did they get that one done? The attacking midfielder?
They did.
They got it done. DP deal through 2020. He was a free agent coming out of Russia. Who could be active? Because the transfer window isn't closed. Any predictions here?
I'm interested to see what DC United do.
Yeah.
Right? Lucho Acosta's contract ending. They need something, right? Whether it's a little.
They just cleared out a couple of roster spots and some cap
Chris
space.
McCann, man.
But it looks like they're not going to bring Yamil Assad back. So that suggests that something else is in the works, because then they have to do something else, because right now what they have isn't working. DC is the big one to me. The other one I'm kind of looking at is FC Dallas, because it feels like yet again they're a finisher away from being an elite team.
Dan Hunt said they're looking for a TAM attacker. TBD on whether they get it. MLSsoccer.com, the MLS app, of course, your places to follow all of the transfer news in Major League Soccer. Storyline, Charlie, what are you watching the rest of the way?
Coaches continuing to turn it around. You look at what Matias Almeida has done at San Jose. He's made them contenders. At the start of the season, we watched this team. We said, oh, my God, they're lucky if they win 3 games this season. Yet now they're close to being, one of the legit contenders out of the Western Conference. Bruce Arena, what he's done in New England. New England was hopeless. They had nothing going for them. He comes in. every player, he's maximizing their potential. They're on the field delivering. They're getting results. This is what you want to see when you bring in a coach to turn things around, and players believe in coaches with these type of mindsets.
Bob Bradley on the other side getting the best out of LAFC. Again, Frank DeBoer. To go back to coaches, that's one that we're going to be watching the rest of the way. The defending champions, MLS Cup champions, trying to find their way back to the final and maybe win it again, go back to back. Okay, before we get out of here and put a bow on All-Star Week, of course, we'll record extra time after this. So I hope you guys aren't too tired. Check that out tomorrow wherever you listen to podcasts, as well as on YouTube. I need your MLS Cup predictions. That's the way this works. Make it quick, guys. What's the matchup? Who wants to go first? Raise your hand. Come on, somebody volunteer.
I'll lead us off. And
you can actually make a prediction?
From the Western Conference, as of right now, I'm going to take the Portland Timbers because LAFC has been phenomenal. What they have failed to do is beat the LA Galaxy, who made it a hard physical game. Beat the Portland Timbers in Open Cup, who made it a hard physical game. We have not seen LAFC succeed in that type of matchup yet. From the Eastern Conference, I know they're not above the playoff line right now, but I'm still going to say Toronto FC with their stacked spine up the middle.
Toronto and Cascadia, we've seen that one before, just the Sounders in previous instances. Who wants it? Who wants it? Jump in.
All right, I'm going to go LAFC out of the West MLS Cup final, beating Portland.
Do it, Charlie.
Give Portland.
It to us. Give us this. Give it to us. Give it to us. And, I know you want to say it. Just say it.
I do want to say it. And I'm going to go with...
Just do it. Come on, spit it out. Spit it out, Charlie. Spit it out, man. We got to get out of here.
I'm going to go with New York City FC.
Okay. All right. Wow, you slow rolled us on that one, didn't you?
I should have gone in front because that's what I'm going with too. I think it's like I do think LAFC are going to struggle a little bit in the playoffs, but I think they're going to find a way to get it done. They will host NYCFC in MLS Cup. We'll get LA versus New York in MLS Cup. I think some folks upstairs will be happy with that one.
All right, that's what it's all about the rest of the way. Playoff races, remember the format has changed. 7 teams. You're trying to get a bye. You're trying to not have to play that first round, and then you want to play at home as well. We will walk you through all the games this Sunday on Match Day Central. Lori Lindsay will be with us.
Can I say LAFC versus New England?
No,
Charlie?
you cannot take it back. Can we get Bob Bruce again in MLS Cup? I'm down for that one.
Good.
That one's rich with storylines.
You guys tried to get me to say that. I know it.
Lori Lindsay, David Goss, and myself on Sunday, wrapping up Week 22. So many good games. Come and join us.
Can we get that picture of David back up, please? One more time, producer Chris.
Find him. That's it for us here from the MLS Digital HQ, presented by Wells Fargo at the Ace Cafe in downtown Orlando. It's been a great week at the MLS All-Star Game, presented by Target. Fireworks, rain delays, golazos, another win for European competition. That is now 4 straight. 8 wins, 7 losses for European teams against the MLS All-Stars. We're getting out of here now. Go download Extra Time tomorrow for more.
Wayne Rooney.
Enjoy your night, enjoy your day, whenever you're listening, everybody. See you later.